The future of the Everybody's Golf series may look bleak, but in Japan it's still going strong, just not in the way you would expect. Japan is the world's largest market for mobile games. It's even eclipsed console gaming as the #1 way of playing video games, and it's why we continue to see a lot of mobile games based on Japanese franchises. One of these exclusive games is Everybody's Golf, or Mina no Golf as it's called in Japan. The game launched in 2017, months before Everybody's Golf would make its debut onto the PlayStation 4. The game was part of a push by Sony in December 2016 where a lot of their older games would be revived with mobile iterations through their, at the time, newly established mobile division, Forward Works. Some of these games included Wild Arms Million Memories, Arc the Lad R, and Toro and Friends Onsen Town. Practically all the games that did come out were shut down and delisted not so long after, but Everybody's Golf is still going strong. At the time of me playing and filming this in 2023, the game celebrated its 6th anniversary over the summer, which for a mobile game is pretty impressive. But since it is exclusive to Japan, everything is in Japanese, so if you're like me and sadly don't know the language, there's a huge disadvantage. Though it is possible to navigate the menus through trial and error, as you'll find it very familiar to most mobile games and other Everybody's Golf games. But if not, you could always use a translator. Now, if you played any of the Everybody's Golf or Hot Shots Golf games in the series, you should be very familiar with the workings of this game. But because it's a mobile game, it does do things a bit differently. You will see a ton of similarities to Everybody's Golf on the PlayStation 4 more than anything else. Upon starting the game, you'll first have to make your own character. So again, this falls more in line with the PlayStation 4 version than the pre-made characters of past games. You pick between a male or female custom character, but like its PS4 counterpart, the starting options are unlimited. Even more so because this is a greedy, money-hungry mobile game. There are only 3 versions of a face to pick from, 3 hairstyles, and 3 outfits, so your character is going to look pretty basic starting out. But once your character is made, you're taken to a main hub area, much like Golf Island. It's nice and colorful with a lot going on, which is very welcoming to the eye. A lot of the time, the hub area will be decorated depending on whatever collaboration or promotion is happening. So at the moment, the game had a collaboration with Suruwa Golf, a Japanese golfing brand. And a lot of the time, these collaborations result in rewards being given out or earned like clubs or outfits to celebrate. Like back in 2017, there was a celebration of Everybody's Golf releasing on the PlayStation 4. Gloria and Suzuki made appearances, players could earn outfits to become Suzuki and Gloria, and those who logged in during the campaign earned a special ball to commemorate the new game. There have been celebrations for golfing tournaments in Japan, collaborations with clothing brands like Tommy Hilfiger and other golfing brands, and some even more surprising like Volkswagen or a satellite television station called Wow Wow. Of course, these are primarily Japanese companies or affiliations with a Japanese branch, but it's still interesting to see the variety involved. Even though there are so many real-life brands the game has had, it's reminiscent to the many collaborations Everybody's Golf games have had over the years. But the main portion of the game is, of course, the courses. There are a nice number of these available that will take you all over the world. And so many of these have been added over the years, so there is a ton of variety. While each one is original, they do look very familiar to courses of previous games. If you want to play each one, you will have to unlock them first. Like Candy Crush and so many other mobile games out there, you're navigating through a series of levels trying to get a par or better to progress. There's also 1 to 3 stars to earn through various goals, and earning enough of these stars help to unlock bonus levels with new opponents to face off against. Throughout these courses, there are bosses to go up against, typically one halfway through and another at the very end. Sometimes these versus matches will last from 1 round to the best of 3, and often I found them a bit easier than some of the regular levels. A typical game of Everybody's Golf has you going through 9 or 18 rounds. Each level in this game only lasts for 1 round, so it makes the game feel fast-paced and quick. And because of this, I found myself playing more, whereas before I would be done with a few standard games on console. Unfortunately, caddies don't appear anywhere on these courses. Really, you don't have a caddy except at the hub, and they're just there to give out helpful advice or recommend something when you click on them. There's no customization or other caddies to pick from, so that's a bit disappointing. It would have been nice to at least see the caddy when teeing off. And while the courses look very nice for a mobile game, some feel a bit lifeless. Sure, birds fly in the air and there might be some animals out or vehicles moving in the foreground, but often everything feels static. No one else is golfing and there's no one to cheer you on. Ever since Everybody's Golf debuted on the original PlayStation, its iconic and easy 3-click shot system has remained. And it is here, but is vastly different and probably the easiest to use of the series. You hold down on the screen and slide to the amount of power you want. When you're ready to make the shot, make sure the moving circular target is as close to the center as you can possibly get for the best shot. Release and that's it. Still done in 3 easy steps and allows more wiggle room to adjust your power. The more you play, the more your character and equipment levels up. Like past games, you have different golf balls to use that have their own unique skill and enhancement to them. But one of the biggest new additions to this game is the training board. Installing these various types of golf balls will help to increase its ability and create more powerful golf balls to use, which you will definitely want to invest in for some of those trickier courses. If going through your standard levels aren't enough, there are other modes to play. Completing the beginner levels for each course unlocks harder difficulties. Like Everybody's Golf on the PS4 with major tournaments to participate in, the mobile game has grand championships. One-on-one matches pit you up against another player's avatar without actually playing online. Casual matches and ranked tournaments put you in an online lobby with other players to join. You have a limited amount of time to complete the round for the best score. And surprisingly, it didn't take long to find people to play with the few times I tried. These are only some of the extra modes you can play, and there is a lot to do in this game, especially when it comes to online. Personally, I was pretty set on the main single-player path of the game, but it is cool to see that there are plenty of people playing this mobile game online and are willing to play. One of the biggest areas to check out in the hub is the shop, and if you want to create the ultimate golfer because your starting creation is so limited, it's going to cost you. Thankfully, the game seems to give you just enough in free rewards for logging in and during special events to spend on blind boxes that should tide you over for the most part. But there are paid microtransactions if that's not enough. And there's a ton to outfit your character with, a huge variety of outfit styles, new hairstyles, even new faces with different expressions and whatnot. So many outfits to make your character's personality stand out on the course, and the same goes for your golf clubs. There are some pretty creative and unique designs, even if it's at a price. You can also spend your coins on gachas or blind boxes for fun, exclusive limited time items. While it's never ideal to not see what you're getting, this can also be a good way to get some basic clothing and hairstyles to bulk up your wardrobe. It's very sad that the Everybody's Golf mobile game was never released outside of Japan. As a huge fan of the series, I would love to have easy access to it, and I feel like it would have been a hit if given the chance. The mobile game in no way replaces that core console experience, but the game is very fun and enjoyable even in its bite-sized form. Like any Everybody's Golf game, it's very welcoming in the controls and super easy to pick up and play. It does give me some kind of satisfaction to the craving I have for a new Everybody's Golf game, but of course I still want more. At least in some kind of capacity, the series is still surviving, still going strong even if it isn't the next major game we all want. Though, if you want your shot at playing the Everybody's Golf mobile game, you can sideload it onto your Android device or do what I did and download an Android emulator on your computer to play. But like anything, you do run the risk of viruses and whatnot, and again, the game is in Japanese, which does make the process of playing much more difficult, but it is manageable to navigate the menus through trial and error. But let me know your thoughts on Japan's exclusive Everybody's Golf mobile game in the comments below. Have you played this game? Would you like to see it officially released outside of Japan? And while you're here, check out my video on another iconic PlayStation franchise with the Wipeout mobile game that everyone hates. Please be sure to like and subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.